Okay, over here at this house that we're doing now, still the same one we've been working on, but she wants her brick whitewashed. Okay, and the way that you have to do this is, let me grab the skin. You start off with a paint that's just a medium body. You don't want to have a real heavy body paint because you're going to have to thin it down anyway. The paint that we like to use to whitewash brick is Sherwin-Williams A100. It's a flat sheen. It's not got any kind of gloss in it. Flat sheen. This particular color that we're using is the same color that we used on the trim out here. It's called Snowbound. So what you want to do is take a gallon. You want to thin it by about 30%. So you're going to have 70% paint, 30% water. You stir it up really good. Okay, so that's the kind of paint we like to use. If you have any of these edges like this next to door casings or anything, you want to go ahead and hit those edges first. I've already done this. But you go ahead and hit the edges so that you don't have a lot of paint coming over onto your flat spot here. Okay, once you get your paint all thinned down, you get you a bucket with some water and a sponge, because you're going to have to put this on and then sponge it off. So the way you do it, get your roller, because we got a lot of it to do out here. So we get a roller, we roll out a section. And you want to use about a 3/4 inch roller because this brick really sucks it up. So you just really get it in there, making sure to get in all the little pores and cracks. You don't want to leave any bare spots. You just get it on there. Again, making sure you get all your pinholes and everywhere, because obviously if you don't, it's going to leave. You're going to be able to see red places with the brick or mortar showing through. You get it all on there. Any places that you got where it's too deep for the paint roller to get into, you need to take the brush, make sure and get those places. Alright. Now, you can take as much off of this as you want. The way she wants it is you have a real light, which that's about taking 75% of it off. You have a medium, which is about taking 50% off of it. Then you have a full strength, which would be leaving it just like this, which is more or less like painting the brick. It's not really whitewashing it. So you put it on here, get your sponge. You don't want your sponge dripping. You just want to saturate it good. Put it on there, let it sit on there a few seconds, start sponging off. Don't leave it on there too long, or too much soaks into the brick, and it's hard to get it back out the way you want it. So you got it on there now. You want to come along and start sponging it off. Once you got too much paint on your sponge, rinse it out. What's happened here is that I got my solution a little bit too strong, so I'm going to have to thin the paint down a little more. If you have to go through this much trouble to get the paint off, you don't have it thin enough. Now you can see it's starting to do right. But you shouldn't have to do all that scrubbing to it. So I'm going to have to thin the paint down just a little bit more. I want to make sure it's not too heavy or it takes too much work to sponge it off. And you're looking for a pretty consistent pattern. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's the nature of whitewashing brick. It's supposed to have irregularities in it. And this is just about what she wants. You can still see some of the brick through it. Okay, so you can still see some of the brick through it there. Alright, that's how it's done.
It was 40 degrees this morning. I thought it was going to be cold all day. You can get with my manager and coordinate my advertising days.
Can you go ahead and pat it down now? Give them an idea for it.
Yeah, but I don't have all my blank spots and stuff like that caught yet. So I do this little section right here.
Whitewash Ninja.
You caused me to mess this wall up, huh? Look at all this here. I ain't ready for patting.